copy of this? So
I
everybody's seen it?
sent the assignment to everybody, yes.
Okay. So the issue is that it comes out on the sidewalk, and since that's our property, we have to approve this so it can be built. It's already been approved by the Design and Review Board. I think we should, our next meeting date is what?
First, our next meeting will be the 8th, but if you want it off Monday, it would be the 1st.
How about we have it before the meeting on the 8th?
Fine with me.
6:30.
Sure, yeah.
That should be enough time to discuss it. That way, if we've got any issues or concerns, I don't know if you want to invite Mr. Koonsman in, because that might make it a long evening. But you got to love the guy. He's done a lot for downtown. And that's all I've got to report. Thank you.
Yeah, I think everybody should have gotten that with the picture and what it looks like and everything. It'd be a nice addition. Okay, at this time, we'll move on to our mayor, Mr. Feeney.
President Arnold. At our last meeting, I failed to mention a retirement. Our city engineer, Dean Carroll, retired at the end of September. I just want to publicly thank him for the work that he put in the time he was with the city. In particular, I think his experience, both on the private side as a contractor and then with his professional engineering experience, was essential to getting the work done that we need to get done in the city, especially sometimes it can be difficult to do things like in an absolutely perfect manner, the way an engineer would draw it up in a textbook. And so Dean often adjusted and ran with projects and was a good advisor. So I just want to thank him. And also announce then that Dave Fischel, who had been the city utility director, I offered and he accepted the job of city engineer. So we have a new city engineer effective at the beginning of this month. And with that, I'm also going to announce nothing for no council action needed. But for the past several years, we've been looking internally at structure and trying to make the city more efficient, city services more efficient. And what we discovered over time was that there were some pressure points, engineering and the utilities department, in areas such as wastewater, permitting approvals. And so what we're going to have moving forward is a slightly different structure, moving towards what I think ultimately will be a public works department. Many cities, instead of having utilities and engineering and the building department separate, they have one public works director with all these things housed underneath. So moving forward, Dave Fischel as city engineer will have a direct report, and that direct report will be the utilities director. So instead of the utility director and city engineer being sort of next to each other on an org chart, one will report up through the other. And we think that will really help the departments work together. Simple examples like, hey, next year we need to replace a water line. Hey, next year we need to do paving, and matching those things up so they don't happen, potentially in back-to-back years and that sort of thing. That's just a scratching the surface type of thing. So like I said, nothing changes with any of our ordinances or pay scale or anything like that, but for information flow, I think it'd be a big deal. And I'll keep you updated as we work out those kinks. And then additionally, in a similar fashion, as we look at transportation and planning and development, the transit director position will report up through planning and development, just like I mentioned, utilities will report up through engineering. And so that also gives us some continuity between departments in the sense of Dave having previous experience in utilities. Dave will then manage construction projects, that sort of thing. And we'll have a similar experience in the transportation planning and development areas. So thank you to Dean Carroll for his service to the city and the community. And congratulations to Dave Fischel on his new role. Moving on, I want to thank the council members and ODOT District 9, everybody that attended last week's public information meeting regarding the changes on upcoming changes to Bridge Street. District 9 has done a nice job of getting that information out to the public, I think, and letting us on this side have ample time, not only to hear the proposals, but I really get the sincere feeling that they are looking to the community for guidance and recommendations on. This Thursday is trick or treat. It will rain. I would almost assure you it will rain. We will trick or treat, rain or shine, unless there's an advisory from the National Weather Service. So trick or treat is on, rain or shine, unless there's some sort of severe weather advisory, which has happened in the past. If you have children that do not want to go out in the rain, just assure them that if they don't, 6 to 7:30, I think. Yeah. 6 to 7:30. Yes. Thank you. That's all right. I should know.
I do not have anything on the agenda today, but I wanted to announce that we will be holding a budget meeting. I had it scheduled for Monday, November the 8th at 6 o'clock, but we may need to change that. I've got 3 departments scheduled to come in and talk. So that would probably take that whole entire hour. I know Patman just scheduled a meeting.
If need be, we can coordinate whatever you need, as far as that's concerned. I mean, if you want to have it on the 8th, or is the first too early?
Yeah, that's super.
Okay. So, or after the 8th would be the
Well,
20th.
I have several dates already lined up, so we could do Wednesday, the 10th at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Not do the 8th. Well, maybe we could do the 8th at 6 and at least have one of them present, and then Wednesday the 10th at 6.
That's totally up to you.
I mean, we could do 5 if everybody could make it here
It's early, but if need be, that's, again, it's up to you. How's everybody scheduled to be here for a budget meeting at 5?
by 5. How about November the 8th at 5:30? And then he can go at 6:30. That's going to be a long day. But
And his may not take any more than about
Okay.
15 minutes. So 5:30 on Monday the 8th?
Yep.
Okay.
And then we'll have another one on Wednesday, November the 10th at 6 o'clock.
And then you're going to do the 10th at 6?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. Excellent. Okay. That work for everybody? Is everybody good?
Thank you, Bruce. First of all, our office wanted to thank council for supporting the ordinance that provided funds to increase the 1 half-time assistant law director's hours. One of our current prosecutors has accepted that position. She immediately began covering the arraignments in municipal court, and it has instantly relieved, taken some heat off of the other assistant law directors. I'm thrilled that you have gotten a chance to get to know some of the new ones like Mr. Miller, and now you can appreciate why we're so happy to have him, and he's one of the new prosecutors that are helping protect the city. So the mayor has actually asked me to take some time tonight to explain how the ordinance process goes from start to finish and go through each one of these ordinance. I'm kidding, I'm finished.
You're, well, we were really looking forward to that. Absolutely. Okay. So, thank you, Ms. Villarreal. I don't have a whole lot to say. I'd just like to wish everybody to have a safe and happy Halloween. Parade's coming up this Saturday night, and that's well, that's pretty much about all I really have to report on this evening. So don't eat too much candy if you're got a sweet tooth. We do have. I would like to say welcome back, a council woman that's been out of chambers for a while. Miss Ames is here, and I haven't seen you for a long time. It's nice to see you again. And from there, we move on to audience participation. And we do have some people to speak this evening. One I know is Miss Young, Mrs. Young, that's here that talked to us this evening. And I welcome her to council this evening. And thanks for being here. Just give us your name and your address, if you would, please.
Okay. Melody Young, 230 North Plaza Boulevard, Chiillicothe, 45601. I think I know everyone here, but I am Melody Young. I am the director of the Visitors Bureau here in Ross County. So I actually wanted to come in tonight to give some good news of things going on in Chiillicothe. So probably most of you have heard, but maybe a few have not. We have been awarded the best hometown for 2021-2022. And that designation comes from Ohio Magazine. And thrilled that we're able to represent not just Southeast Ohio, but all of Ohio as one of the 5 best hometowns. So that will be officially announced to the public at the tree lighting ceremony on November 19th. So Ohio Magazine will actually come in and do a small presentation before we light the trees. But we're really excited about that. And as we celebrate this whole year, it will be on all of our advertising around the state, our surrounding states, and locally. I've already given Allison one, but I want to make sure. This will be a window cling that will be available for all public offices, Luke, and everyone else, celebrating our best hometown, but also a QR code that takes you to our website to show events that go on throughout the whole year and other landing pages. So I wanted to make you aware of that, but it really comes from the fruition that you guys see for our downtown. I mean, this is celebrating Chiillicothe's downtown. And so I really appreciate all the hard work you guys have done to get us where we are today. There's another event that's brand new this year, and it's taking place on December 4th in our downtown, and it is a Christmas church walk. And it's going to start at St. Peter's at 6:30 on the 4th, and it will go to Walnut Street United Methodist, First Baptist Church, First Wesleyan Church, and then end at St. Mary's. Each church is going to do like a 10 to 12 minute program, and they'll vary from musicals to a praise dance to bells